Welcome along, fellow Dark Vision enthusiasts, to another video. This is going to be my deck profile for the KC Cup November 2024 version. And this was the KC Cup where I thought, let's try 30 card Dark Magician, see how it performs. Don't do 30 cards, do not. It's very bricky. I would not recommend it. This was really a testing ground for what my next plan is for next King Games deck for November. So yeah, we'll go through the deck now, and I'll just explain my thoughts on the way. So we're using the Battle Chronicle skill, which, you know, as soon as you normal summon a level 7 or higher monster, or you fusion summon a level 7 or higher monster, you can add Successor Soul or Quick Play spell card that mentions DM or Blue Eyes from deck to hand. Then you send a non-effect monster with a different name that, like, compared to your field and graveyard from your deck extra deck to your graveyard. So you just do all that. Really nice skill. Like, I've used Bane of Darkness and Battle Chronicle. I will say I think Bane of Darkness is stronger than Battle Chronicle, but this still has its really good moments where, like, you can just summon a monster that can just attack directly, ignore everything else, and it's like you just win instantly on the spot. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but well, that's how it is. Alright, we have 3 copies of Apprentice, and I even have a Chronicle version of Apprentice. It looks really nice. Run 3, we want to see DM as much as possible, so, like, Apprentice just helps to grab DM at the cost of discarding the card. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Yeah, good card. It's just, yeah, you need it for starting. It's just how it is. 1 Dark Magician Girl for the floating effect of the Dark Magicians. Cannot forget about the lady herself. I took her out of a previous list when I was running Bane of Darkness. Brought her back because I see way too much value in it now in a lot of games that I've had. With Bane of Darkness, you don't really normally run DMG. Like, you don't need to. In any other DM deck, absolutely use DMG. Great card. If she's in your hand, though, she does nothing, which is unfortunate, but that's how it is. Black Luster Soldier. I wanted to make more room in the extra deck for a link package, so I got rid of Flame Swordsman and swapped for Black Luster Soldier. Plus, Yama Yugi, when he normal special summons Black Luster Soldier, has an animation. Oh, it's so good. It's really good. Excuse me, sorry. Good card. It's nice as a 3000 attack beater as well, that you can just special summon out of, like, off Successor Soul. It's really good. Even just normal summoning too. Like, it just rivals Blue Eyes, rivals a lot of monsters. Easy done. Good card. We have, of course, 3 copies of Dark Magician himself, including the Chronicle version that I got for free. I have leveled this up and gotten the Sepia level and the noise levels. I don't know if I'll change the look though. Like, I'll probably just leave it as Konami gave it to us, because, like, you know, it's special that way. But yeah, I'm gonna keep using it. That's how it is. I mean, you have to run 3. You run any less than 3 and you're just sabotaging yourself. What are you doing? 1 Successor Soul, only because it's searchable by the skill. Good interruption where, like, you can activate the skill, grab Successor Soul, then send Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon to the graveyard. And if you normal summon, like, DM or Black Luster Soldier, you just switch your toggle to on, link summon Imduck, and then immediately use Successor Soul. That way they can't they can't touch your Imduck. Like, they have to respond right there and then, or they're gonna lose their monster. It's good. It's a good card. Good card. But you only need 1. Don't need more than 1. Forbidden Droplet at 3. Now, this is a pricey card. This is a very pricey card because it's only available in Selection Box 7. When the Selection Box first came out, I got 2 copies of this because I thought, you know what, I might use it later on. I don't know. I'm going to grab it just in case. And then when the Selection Boxes came back, I thought to myself, what if I could make a deck that made perfect use of Forbidden Droplet? This deck does really well with Forbidden Droplet. Like, when you can get enough cards into your hand, or, like, you need to clear something off your field, like if you've got a dark magical circle in your hand and you've got one already on your field and you can use the second one in your hand, like you can activate it, you can just use Forbidden Droplet, send the circle that's on your field, and negate the effects of one of your opponent's monsters. Then you can just activate the other circle from your hand and look at the top 3 cards of your deck. It's good combo. But yeah, Forbidden Droplet just helps. Like if you're drawing too many cards, you got nothing. Like you can't do anything with them. You can just use what's in your hand for Forbidden Droplet. It's great. It's such a strong card too. The only problem with this is though, if you send too many cards, and like if you can't negate the exact number of monsters that your opponent controls, so like if your opponent has 3 monsters on their field and you send exactly 3 cards, if your opponent changes their monster count so they only control 2, Forbidden Droplet resolves that effect. So you gotta be careful as to how much you send with Forbidden Droplet. But still, it's such a good card. Really good card. 1 Secrets of Dark Magic. We need a fusion spell. Really searchable with Battle Chronicle. Easy done. Love this card. Like it's just quick play fusion. Good. Yeah, not really much else to say about this one. 3 copies of Summoner's Art. We need to get to DM as much as possible. I was running 2, but since I was running Blackluster Soldier, it's acceptable to run 3 since like the ratios balance out. So like normally if you'd have like just 3 normals, you'd go 2 Summoner's Art, 3 DM. That way, if you open both of your Summoner's Art and like 1 copy of DM in your hand, you're not gonna have any dead cards at all. But with 4 normal monsters, you can use Summoner's Art 3 times, and you won't have any dead cards. It's still very risky. It's still risky though. Still risky, I will say. But sometimes you might end up playing your cards where you'll have all your normal monsters out of your deck, and then it's just yeah, you got no search targets left. In which case, this is useful for Forbidden Droplet discarding. 3 Circle, of course. 3 Dark Magical Circle. Have to run 3. We need to hit the top 3. If you don't hit the top 3, just surrender, go to the next game. That's what a lot of games came down to with my deck. Like no DM, no Summoner's Art, activate Dark Magical Circle. DM's not even on the top 3, just surrender, go to next. It's unfortunate. It's why I'm really advocating for Illusion of Chaos to get added to the game. Like, just need more starters. Really need more starters. There is Allure of Darkness, which I completely forgot was in the game until I saw an old deck that I have in my list that has Allure of Darkness in it. I might run Allure of Darkness in future for an idea I've got. But yeah, we need more starter cards. We need more. And I know with Allure of Darkness as well, I haven't seen anyone play that for months. Several months. I haven't seen a single person use it. So hey, that's serious. Yeah, 3 Circle, good. 3 Book of Eclipse. Next to, like, this is the strongest spell in the game right now. Forbidden Droplet is a good second. Mainly because of how expensive it is, and like because it's a UI, it's harder to get. Book of Eclipse, super rare. You can just grab this easy. Like, yeah, it's limited 3 because of how strong it is. Your opponent puts 2 monsters on the field, just flip Book of Eclipse, and they're just locked. They're completely locked out of Xyz summoning, Synchro summoning, Link summoning. It's so strong. Against a fusion deck though, like you're gonna have problems until you wait until like the battle phase, and then you flip Book of Eclipse and just boom, book all their monsters. This is also really good for countering Lorilisk monsters so hard. Any Xyz monsters that gain effects when they're Xyz summoned, you just flip it with Book of Eclipse, and they lose all their effects. Like, they lose those effects gained. So Lorilisk becomes vulnerable to targeting protection, becomes vulnerable to control switch, and so on. It's a really strong card. If you cannot get Book of Moon, go for Book of Eclipse. It is a limited 3 card, but it's because it's so strong. Have to get it. You have to get it. 1 Piece in the Darkness. Just need the 1. If it gets wiped off the field, oh well, too bad. If we just never draw it, oh well. If we have to sacrifice it, oh well. Like, you know, that's just how it is. Yeah. That's just the 8. That's what it is. Peace and Darkness is a good card, mainly for getting over bigger monsters, and drawing more cards. Sometimes it's not the best, but other times it's really good. But I only want it onto one run because I wanted to fit lots of other cards in this deck. So yeah. Dark Magic Inheritance. I still don't recommend this card. I've played this a lot. Like, I played this through the KC Cup, and my experience is, if you open this card and you have no way to get 2 spells into the graveyard, this card does nothing at all. If you've got no way to get 2 spells into the graveyard on your first turn, this does nothing whatsoever. If you can though, like, then it's good for like extending your combos, but Inheritance presents more problems than solutions. Like, as soon as you include this card, even though it's so searchable with the Battle Chronicle skill, if you include this card, your instant game plan is, how can I get 2 spells into the graveyard? Because you open this card, and it can't do anything on your first turn, it's a waste. You could have drawn something else completely. Something else way better than this. It's just, it doesn't do anything on its own. It's really, really annoying. Like, it doesn't grab you a spell or trap for free. It doesn't, like, you need to invest heavily into this card. Like, it's a 3-card combo. It's very, very annoying, but that's how Konami's made this card. And yeah, still, I wouldn't recommend running this at all. It's just, no. Not that great. Like, it's a band-aid. Like, I can get away with Inheritance because Forbidden Droplet, I can just get cards into the graveyard. Summoners, I can just use multiple copies. Magicalized Fusion, that contributes as well. Secrets of Dark Magic and Illusion Magic, if I just spam those. Like, that can work, but still, it's too much investment, too many problems, doesn't provide enough solutions, and doesn't provide enough good results. There was, like, maybe a few games where I got really insane value out of it, but there was a lot of games where it just did nothing. It did absolutely nothing, and it was such a waste. So yeah, I do not recommend running this card at all, do not. One Illusion Magic, searchable with the skill, gets DM into your hand. Sometimes you can do this in the battle phase, like, you got just 1 DM, 1 Secrets of Dark Magic. And you grab Illusion of Magic, and your opponent has no other monsters on the field. Use attack with DM, tribute DM with Illusion Magic, fusion summon with the 2 DMs you grabbed, and then just attack the game. Sometimes that works. It's really cool. It's really good. This is also useful for dodging effects. Like, yeah, like, you might not want to be tributing any monsters you want to blow up, like the Great Double Caster Castle or Dark Magicians. Like, you want them to be blown up. But sometimes if you have to tribute them to stop their effects from being negated, or like to stop your opponent from taking control of them, or whatever, sometimes you just gotta do it. It's a decent card. If we could get more copies, then it might be even better, but sometimes it's just how it is. Like, I wish Konami would let us get more copies of this, but you can only get 1 from Arcana's level up reward. When can we have more Illusion Magic, Konami, please? Like, let us have it. Excuse me, sorry. 1 Dark Magic attack. It's so good when you put DM on the field, activate the skill, you lock your opponent into not responding, and then you activate Dark Magic attack. Your opponent has to trigger every single spell and trap they've got before they all get obliterated. This is such a good card. I used this against Unchained in one match, and I actually got terrified. Like, you use this in Unchained, and you pop all of their effects. Very, very nuts. You gotta be careful with this card against, like, you know, Unchained. Every other deck, though, like, you just want to obliterate every single spell and trap they've got. Get rid of their back row, and then they only have their monsters to rely on. 3 Magicalized Fusion. You want to see you want to see this card in your opening hand to create a bunch of combos. It's a good card for creating, like, a really good fusion. Just, yeah, good card. You need to see this in your hand. Eternal Soul, we only run the one, because ultimately this serves both as a grind game card and a bait card. So, like, I can have Eternal Soul, someone wants to get rid of it, I can just flip Eternal Soul and, like, pop all my monsters to generate more defenses. Or, like, if I'm entering a grind game like this, just helps. Just keep the game going over and over and over until the opponent runs out of cards or until they surrender. Sometimes it works out like that. Yeah. It's a good card. I won't do more than one. Just not what this deck's for. Yeah. But still, this is a good card still. I would still use it. And surprisingly enough, I'm actually using Add Dark Magic Attack more often than I have ever used it before. Sometimes just getting those cards into your hand is all you need to keep generating advantage. Especially in Bane of Darkness. It's surprisingly alright. Sometimes you just need that extra discard. Anyway, moving on to extra deck. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Send target for Battle Chronicle. I only use one. I only need the one. The Dark Magicians. One of. Good fusion for drawing more cards. My idea for next King of Games deck, if I can get 2 of these onto the field, and then have a way next turn to keep, if I have a way to just keep activating spells and traps over and over, I can generate way more advantage and keep drawing into interruptions. So, like, imagine having two the Dark Magicians, you trigger a spell or trap during your opponent's turn, and then you draw into a Book of Eclipse and a Forbidden Droplet. You instantly have the 2 best interruptions in the game at the ready during your opponent's turn. It is insanely nuts. I'm hoping to pull this off for my next list, but I have been having to do a lot of tweaking, seeing what's going to work. And yeah, we'll go from there. 1 Dark Cavalry. I didn't summon Dark Cavalry a whole lot. Not a whole lot. The times I did summon Dark Cavalry though, like, it just turned out really well. There was a few times though where it just did not work out whatsoever. Still, Dark Cavalry, good. It is a good card. Really good card. Especially if I know, like, if it's a Sky Striker matchup, I'm just turboing out Dark Cavalry and I'm switching off, like, I'm going to be stopping them from using any of their targeting effects. So good. The Great Double Caster. This is your secret weapon. This is your way to just ignore all of your opponent's effects, monster effects, and just attack your opponent directly. Like, against Predaplant, and you're going second, this is so good. If their back row can't do anything, you can just easily win. Like, because this is a light monster, right? Predaplants are not going to have a monster that they can fusion summon using a light spellcaster. They just cannot. They're not going to be able to do it. So you can just make this, if your opponent has no back row to stop you, just smash them directly. Yeah, it's really good. 4500 attack. Not even their Hydra monster, which reduces an opponent's monster attack by 500. Not even that's going to stop this. Like, you're still going to win regardless. It's really good. Number 11, Big Eye. At times, like, I was trying a list with Chronicle Magician, and which was serving to be not that great. Look, sometimes you can make Big Eye, sometimes you won't. It's not going to happen all the time. But the times I made Big Eye, it either worked really well, or it was like just yoinked off the field, or whatever. It's very 50-50. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But hey, I love Big Eye. Big Eye is like Dark Magician's best rank 7 monster in Duel. The best rank 7. Nothing else beats Big Eye. There is Ebon Illusion Magician, but the thing is, like, it's targeting Banish, like an additional Banish, and like, you're running 3 DM, unless you can have a level 7 unless you can have like Chronicle Magician and Dark Magician, and then you know, then you use Ebon Illusion Magician, cool. But right now, I haven't used Ebon Illusion Magician in months. Like, Big Eyes just got me out of so many jams. And it's like, you have it, your opponent has a 3000 attack monster, just steal it. Easy. Big Eye's really good. Sorry for how long this profile is, guys. Ningirsu, the World Chalice Warrior. Using this, my favorite link package, because I went up against a match. I was against Bish Balkan, and like I couldn't do anything because you know Fleur can just do that crap. I'm never getting Bish Balkan again. Anyone Bish Balkans me, and I'm going straight into this. Like you can't stop me from doing this. Really good, like non-targeting send. And like you just activate it, your opponent has to negate the effects right there and then as soon as you activate it. Or otherwise they're going to lose a card. Good stuff. Does require use of Security Dragon so you can link up into it. And this is really good for returning monsters back to the extra deck. Like any monsters that are really hard to summon for your opponent, just put them back. They can't do anything else with it. And 2 Imp Ducks. This completes the link package. Use one for Successor Soul, and then use the other for link climbing into Ningirsu. So yeah, it's still a good card. I've even used this for battle phase stuff, where I've just gone into opponent's face down monster, like normally can't be destroyed by card effects. Just go activate, start damage step, boom, they blow up. It's good because they're face down, like their effects don't apply. It's really good, good stuff. So yeah, that is the deck profile. So yeah, next plan is, well, I'm going to be doing Rush first, because, you know, like, I like to do Speed, and Rush, and Speed, and Rush. Like, I like to rotate between the formats, and, like, just keep things fresh. And I like to get King Games in both of them, you know, to keep my handle on the DM deck, and see what's best for DM. You know, I'm hoping more stuff gets added for Rush soon. I'm hoping Speed gets more DM stuff soon. Really, really want Illusion of Chaos. Please, Konami, I'm begging you, give me Illusion of Chaos. I will cook the hardest ever. But my next plan for Speed, King of Games, is what if 2 the Dark Magicians, Forbidden Droplet. And there is also a pot card that I'm going to be using, which puts banished monsters back into the deck, and you draw a card. Normally, you wouldn't normally use a card like that, but with the strategy we're going for, you know, Magical Ice Fusion, banishing 2 every turn, and then if our opponent happens to banish a card like with Ice Dragon's Prison, just shuffle them back, draw a card, you know. We could be gaming, but we'll see how it goes. It is close to 30, but I think it's a solid strategy. I think it'll work, but we'll have to wait and see. With that being said, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all next time.